Hey survivors, I want to talk today about the lung channel and moving qi through our arms. So there are 6 channels that flow through our arms. There's the lung, large intestine, pericardium, sanjiao or triple burner, and small intestine and heart channel. But the lung channel has 11 points on it. And some of them are very important and can help us as aortic dissection survivors to navigate life and to stay healthy. So let's look at a few of those points and then look at some Qigong exercises that we can do to help Qi flow up and down, purge out any kind of stale energy in our body and bring in fresh Qi and fresh energy in our body. So great big shout out to Aortic Hope for all they do. And let's do some Qigong and talk about some traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points. So find a comfortable chair, comfortable spot, feet on the ground. We're going to relax, open our joints, sink our breath into our belly. We're going to move with intent rather than force. Find that structure in our body and put a smile on our face. Now, we're ready to begin talking about the lung channel. Lung channel, again, as I said, has 11 points. Starts off with lung 1, right at the corner of upper thoracic cavity and our collarbone. Lung 1. Lung 2 is just above lung 1. Then we have lung 3, which is also known as the grief point, survivors. The grief point is so very important for us, and we'll talk more about it in just a minute. Then we have lung 4, lung 5, lung 6, lung 7, another important point, lung 8, lung 9, which is in the wrist crease and part of the Buddha's triangle, lung 10, and lastly but not leastly, lung 11, the Jingwell point on the lung channel. So what's important about the lung channel for us as survivors? Well, the lung channel really does help feed, nurture, and clear out any congestion in our lungs. Our lungs are so very important because they are the primary yin organ that brings oxygen into our body through our nose and mouth, but also through our skin too. So without fresh oxygen, what would happen? We know because we've been in surgery, most of us have, for aneurysm or an aortic dissection. And to be able to breathe and feel that fresh oxygen come into our body is so very important to us as survivors. So let's take a look at how we can purge out old, stale energy from our lung channel and bring in fresh air and fresh Qi. So what we want to do, since the lung channel starts here, is we want to take one of our hands, our right hand, if we're clearing out our left arm channel. We're going to start at lung 1, sweep down as we exhale, and blow out all that stale energy. Then take a deep breath. Inhale, sweep our hand up our arm into our lung area and massage it in a circular, nurturing motion. Again, we're going to purge out on the exhale, sweep in, lifting our arm up parallel to the ground, bringing in fresh oxygen to our lungs. Again, purge, exhale, bring in fresh oxygen on the inhale. We can breathe in through our nose, out through our lips. We can hold our breath for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly. Inhale, fill our lungs with fresh oxygen and feel the Qi flow through our arms. Very important to move the Qi in our arms. So many of us sit in our recliners and we ignore moving our arms up over our heads, most of the time keeping our arms on our knees, which leads to congestion and stagnation. So purging the lung channel, bringing in fresh air, purging back out bringing in fresh air is such a good Qigong exercise. Seems like it's very minor, but it has such a great impact on our body to do this simple exercise every day. Bring in fresh oxygen to lung 1 and then sweep down and purge out lung 11. So let's talk about the grief point, lung 3. If you find your deltoid and the attachment on the deltoid and come just a little bit medial, you'll feel like a fossa or a depression in between the bicep muscles. And this is lung 3 point. In acupuncture, lung 3 point is referred to as the grief point because it allows us access to the post-spirit. Now, the post-spirit in traditional Chinese medicine is the spirit that resides in the lungs and is the one most closely associated with grief. So if we have grief, personal grief, familial grief, friends, grief with our friends, then lung 3 is a really good point to massage. Of course, in acupuncture, we use needles, but acupressure and just massaging this area is so very effective also. A lot of times at night, if I can't sleep and I'm worrying about something or have a little bit of grief over worrying about a patient in clinic or the status of the earth and the world today, then I will massage lung 3 on both arms. And it's a great way to help clear the lung channel of any congestion that may be backing up qi flow and causing the post-spirit to experience grief. So lung 3 is a very good point. I also like to massage lung 9, which is right here in the wrist crease on the radial side of the wrist. Massaging lung 9. Lung 9 is an important point in what I call the Buddhist triangle, which is 3 points, heart 7, pericardium 6, and lung 9. Lung 9, this point here in the wrist crease, is great for if you find yourself hyperventilating or not being able to control your breathing really fast. Then massaging lung 9 is a very effective way of bringing that hyperventilation under control on both wrists. Then we have lung 11, which is the Jingwell point on the thumb, the right underneath the outside of the fingernail. Lung 11 is called a Jingwell point, and it's like a well. It allows us direct access into the lung channel. So if there is any congestion at the end of the lung channel, by massaging our thumb underneath our fingernail, we can open up that channel to allow congestion to exit and bring in fresh oxygen and fresh qi into our chest. Now, the lung channel is a direct access to our lungs and our chest from the outside. I really like to lift my hands up above my head so that my thumb is up in the fresh air, then sweep in fresh oxygen, purging out old stale qi. Sweep in fresh energy and qi and purge out any kind of staleness. So moving our arms above our head is another great benefit for massaging the lung channel. So many of us, again, sit with our hands on our knees and don't lift our arms above our head. But survivors, it's so very important to let that blood flow back into your body and to move that qi energy through your fascia. So a couple of the Qigong exercises that I like to do to move qi energy and blood flow in the lung channel. Parting clouds, great exercise for not only moving qi through the lung channel, but also helping us to navigate any kind of decision making that we maybe have that grief is blocking us from seeing answers to. So what you do is on the exhale, your hands come together. Inhale, bring that fresh oxygen back up the lung channel into your lungs. Exhale ever so gently. This is a great exercise to do while you're sitting in your chairs, parting the clouds. Love this exercise. And you can feel working the muscles in the shoulders and the deltoids. And feel that chi flow down your arms as you move your arms out and part the clouds, bringing that chi back into your chest. So survivors, that's the quick Qigong exercise for the week. And again, great shout out to Aortic Hope for all they do, Karen and Rob and everybody else. As always, survivors, practice your Qigong, discuss it with your doctor, make sure that your doctors are fine with you doing some gentle exercises. Most doctors are. Think about the lung channel, think about breathing, bringing in fresh qi into your lung channel and expelling any kind of congestion. Think about the post-spirit, Chinese medicine, Chinese mythology, and how that post-spirit resides in your body and can be affected by grief and can compound grief or also clear out grief depending upon how you move that qi flow through your body. As always, survivors, have a great day. May you be blessed and filled with qi.